bandwidth will be W. I mean, the positive frequency, W.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Because
We will not say. If it is a band pass signal, then things are different.
okay, ma'am. Because I think in the previous class we said that the message signal has bandwidth 2W and DSBSC also has 2W, SSB has W bandwidth. So
Yeah,
that,
if a message signal is having a bandwidth W, double sideband DSBSC modulation will give you an output of 2W.
okay, ma'am. Understood.
So, so we are doing with modulation, and last class what we have done is amplitude modulation, and now we will be continuing with frequency modulation.
Ma'am, what time will the assignment be at?
4:30. Don't worry, you will get 5-10 minutes. So here is the screen.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mm.
Just one more thing, ma'am. Is the assignment for 45 minutes or half an hour? The time?
Actually, 15 minutes is the maximum time for uploading. Half an hour is the time, but 15 minutes extra you can take for uploading.
Okay, ma'am. So you're saying by 5:15 we have to submit back.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. My screen is visible, right? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So frequency modulation or angle mod. I mean, basically, it's coming under the category angle modulation. So what do you mean by angle modulation? As you have a carrier signal, okay, so you have a carrier signal. If this part is modulated, that modulation will be known as an amplitude modulation. And if this part, this is the angle part, if this is modulated, it is known as the angle modulation. And see, this part, how to determine the instantaneous frequency. See here, as the frequency part is getting modulated, you cannot say a fixed frequency for the modulated wave. The frequency itself will be varying. So you need a way to find out the instantaneous frequency, because frequency itself will be instantaneous. Each instant, the frequency of the wave itself will be changing. So this is the expression. Fi, instantaneous value of frequency t, will be equal to 1 by 2 pi d by dt into theta. And theta is 2 pi fc plus phi. So if this part, carrier frequency part, if this is modulated, we call it Fm. And if this part is getting modulated, we call it Pm. So this is a phase modulation. Theta t equal to 2 pi fct plus kpmtt. See, this is the phase part. So in the phase modulation, what is happening? Phase is proportional to message signal, phase modulation. Or that phase will be equal to kp into m of t. And this will be the expression for the phase modulated wave. SPM equal to AC cos 2 pi fct plus kp into m of t. And frequency modulation, the instantaneous frequency as shown, this is the expression for instantaneous frequency 1 by 2 pi d theta t by dt. Instantaneous frequency will be a function of C. So this part, instead of this FC, it will be Fi, and that instantaneous frequency will be proportional to the kf into mt. So putting it over there, this will be the way. Theta t will be equal to 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t dt. This is by giving this equation. Fit is 1 by 2 pi into d by dt into theta t. Just putting it into that equation, we are getting this instantaneous frequency expression. So if theta t is so and so, imagine if theta t is this, what is happening to Fi? How will be your instantaneous frequency? D by dt of theta t. Two pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t dt. If this was the theta t, Fi will be like this. So theta t, we have got this expression as this. 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t mt dt. And the expression for the frequency modulated FM, SFM, T, frequency modulated. Will be 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t mt dt. So now, as a phase, we are trying to connect FM and PM. So suppose you have a phase modulator. See, this is the expression for PM. AC cos 2 pi fct plus kp into m of t. And this is the expression for FM. AC cos 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t dt. So now if you have a phase modulator, what is the difference between these two expressions? Just it differs with an integrator, right? 2 pi fct plus kp m of t is the phase modulated wave, whereas 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t dt is the FM. So suppose you have a phase modulator, and to that, if I am passing the message signal through an integrator, m of t through an integrator, and then to a phase modulator, you are getting an FM wave. Okay. Got that point? Hello.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mm.
Where did this integration come from?
Okay. See this. Suppose you assume theta t, for the frequency modulation, instantaneous frequency is a function of message signal. And we define that as fc plus kf into m of t. Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the expression for fi. It is 1 by 2 pi into d by dt of theta t. Is that okay?
Okay, then we substituted. Got it now.
Yes, yes. So this is instantaneous frequency is like that. Substituting it over there and finding out theta, you got this. So you know the expression for FPM, phase modulation, and FM. So now using a phase modulator, generating an FM wave is like carrier signal is given, modulating wave is input to the integrator, and here is a phase modulator, and you are getting FM wave, AC cos 2 pi FCT. So phase modulator, if you are giving directly message signal and carrier signal, you are getting a PM wave. But if the message signal you are passing through an integrator, see, integrator, this part will be the input to the phase modulator, and you are getting an FM wave. So this is FM wave generation using phase modulator. And next, if I have a frequency modulator, how to generate PM using FM? What is the difference between PM and FM? It's just integration or differentiation happening to the modulating signal. So if this modulating signal I am differentiating, so d by dt of m of t will be the output. And to the frequency modulator when I am giving, it will integrate. So integral 0 to t d by dt of m of t. Integral and differential get cancelled, and so finally you will get this expression AC into cos 2 pi AC cos 2 pi. So modeling each other, PM using FM and FM using PM. See, this is a sinusoidal signal.
Ma'am, could you please record the lecture?
Oh, sorry. So we were dealing with angle modulation. Angle modulation means, unlike amplitude modulation, see this part, the angle theta t is getting modulated. That theta t is having two components, that is frequency part and the phase part. If this phase part is getting modulated, it is known as the phase modulation. And if this frequency part is getting modulated, it is known as the frequency modulation, FM. So now this is a phase modulation. Theta t is 2 pi fct plus kp into m of t. SPM, phase modulation t, will be equal to AC cos 2 pi fct plus kp into m of t. So this will be the expression for phase modulation, as this theta phase phi is proportional to message signal for a phase modulation, and this will be the expression for phase modulation. And for frequency modulation, the condition is that the instantaneous frequency is fc plus kf into m of t. Okay, instantaneous frequency will be a variation with respect to the carrier frequency, and the instantaneous frequency fi equal to 1 by 2 pi d by dt into theta t. So this is theta t equal to 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf into integral 0 to t m of t. Just applying, this should be the frequency variation. So from here, finding out theta t is like 2 pi into fi into integral 2 pi into fi dt will be theta t. So that you will be getting this expression, and this will be the expression for the FM signal, SFMT. And converting FM and PM to each other, modulating wave passing through an integrator and then through a phase modulator, you will get the FM signal. Whereas modulating signal passed through a differentiator and passing through a frequency modulator, you are getting a phase modulated wave PM. So next is C. This will be how an FM wave, not actually this. My drawing is not at all good, so I captured the picture from the textbook. So this is a modulating signal. This is a modulating signal, M of t. So see, this is a frequency modulated wave, FM. Frequency modulated signal, SFM t. So see what happens. As the message signal amplitude goes high, so the frequencies. And when the amplitude of the message signal goes low, the lower is the frequency. See, you can find out the envelope of the signal, the amplitude is constant, CFM. Amplitude is constant. Frequency is varying. Hope you are getting the concept of instantaneous frequency. Suppose here, if you are looking at the frequency of the signal, it will be something different, and here it will be different. Actually, each instant it is different. Okay, so that is what is happening in frequency modulation. The signal itself will be having different values of frequencies at different points of time. And now this signal, this is actually a differential of m of t. If this was sine, this is cos. So d by dt of m of t. And to d by dt of m of t, if I am doing frequency modulation, this is frequency modulation of d by dt of m of t. What it will be? See this. So this is d by dt of m of t. And this is for the derivative, getting the frequency modulation signal. So basically then what will be this signal for this one? For a signal m of t, what is this wave? This is frequency FM of this is FM of d by dt of m of t and PM of m of t. Can you digest that? Can you accept that fact? That is message signal. That is frequency modulated wave. And this is the differential of message signal d by dt of m of t. And this is PM of m of t and FM of d by dt of m of t. This is FM of d by dt of m of t. That, are you okay? Somebody tell me.
The fourth one we are trying to change from FM to PM, is it?
No, I am using this concept actually. See this one. I am passing through a differentiator and then frequency modulating the signal means I will be getting the PM wave.
Okay.
See, d by dt of m of t, suppose let it be m2t. This is FM of m2t. Okay, this is say m2t. This is m1t. This is FM of m1t. This is FM of m2t. But m2t is differential of m1t. So I pass my message signal through a differentiator and then I frequency modulated it. So what is the relationship between this and this? 1 and 4. Four is the PM of 1. 4 is the FM of 3. 2 is the FM of 1. Are you okay with this?
How is 4 for the FM of 3? Like, how can both the signal, the same signal can be FM and PM of different signals? Like the differentiated signal is the FM, right?
See, this signal is the frequency modulated version of M1T. Are you okay with that statement? 2 is the frequency modulated
Yeah,
of
ma'am.
1.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
That is okay. Okay. And 3 is the derivative of 1. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is also okay. So now 4 is the FM of 3. Is that okay?
4 will be the PM of 3, right? Because okay.
How? I am just
Okay.
frequency modulating it.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
4 is
Yeah.
the FM of 3. So this statement for you is okay. 2 is FM of 1.
Yeah.
4 is the
I
FM of
understood
3.
now. Understood.
Okay. Okay, fine. So I was demonstrating this thing, PM using FM, this thing, this block diagram. So this next, the square wave. If the modulating wave is a square wave. So this is the FM. This is a square wave, FM corresponding to it. See here you can actually make it see more clearly. This much area, this will have a fixed frequency, and this much, the lower part, that will also have a fixed frequency. Say this is F1, this is F2. This is again F1, this is F2. Unlike sinusoidal modulation, this will be more easier to know. There are only two frequencies, one for the higher amplitude, another lower one, two for the lower amplitude region. So this is the FM for a square wave, not for a square wave. And what is this, by the way? Any idea?
That's the differential
Of one.
A derivative of this one. If this is m of t, this is derivative m2t, which is equal to derivative of m1t. This is m2t. And what is this then? This is a phase modulated wave. What happens at the impulses? There is a change in frequency. So phase modulated wave of this square wave is this one, with the same concept as previously, but here the change in frequency will be demonstrated by a complete shift. This is the thing which is happening. So at the points of impulses, you will locate a change in phase. And here one more point to note is, unlike sinusoidal modulation, for square wave, you can distinguish easily. FM and PM can be distinguished. So see here, if you are just seeing the second and fourth signal, you will not understand whether it is an FM or a PM. For the sinusoidal signals, recognizing FM and PM will be a difficult task. Okay. See, 1, 2 and 4 almost looks the same thing only, and it is just a phase shift kind of thing. You will not be easily able to identify which is the phase modulated signal and which is the frequency modulated signal. But for square wave, that is not the case. You can comparatively easily identify. Next is going ahead with the spectrum of frequency modulation. So here you have a modulating signal, singleton, with a single frequency signal. We are trying to analyze the spectrum of FM wave. M of t will be AM cos 2 pi FM t. Instantaneous frequency will be fc plus kf into m of t. So kf into AM cos 2 pi FM t, and this kf into AM is delta f. delta f cos 2 pi fm t. So delta f is the frequency deviation kf into am. This term is known as the frequency deviation and it has the value kf into am. So the modulation index beta is delta f by fm. That is defined as a frequency deviation by the frequency of the modulating signal. And theta t is 2 pi fct plus beta into sine 2 pi fmt. This parameter beta, it represents the phase deviation of the FM wave. This is a modulation index. It represents the phase deviation of the FM wave. So now this S of t is AC cos 2 pi fct plus beta sine 2 pi fmt. That is our FM wave. I am expanding it. Okay, AC cos A plus B format. I am expanding it and I got cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. And this part is known as the in phase component. SIT is AC cos AC into coefficient of this cos 2 pi fct. Whatever is the coefficient of this is cos term, this is sin term. Sorry, this is FC. Okay. So this is the coefficient of cos 2 pi fct is the in phase component is AC cos beta sin this part. This is the coefficient of cos 2 pi fct. That is the in phase component and this is the quadrature component. AC sin beta sin 2 pi fmt. And the complex envelope, we had dealt it earlier. The complex envelope of any signal is the summation of the in phase and the quadrature components. SI plus J SQT. SIT plus J SQT will be the complex component. Is AC exponential J beta sin 2 pi fmt. So this is the complex component, and for any signal, the actual signal will be the shifted version of the complex representation. The shifted version of the complex representation. So S tilde t exponential J 2 pi fct, that is the shifting of the complex representation. A real part of that is our signal S of t. And S tilde t, where S tilde t is AC exponential J beta sin 2 pi fmt. Now I am trying to get the Fourier series expansion of this S tilde t. So that will have a representation like this: Cn exponential J 2 pi n fmt, and the Fourier series coefficient Cn will have an expression like this, integration, and you will arrive at the Cn like this. It's a tedious procedure, but it's just mathematical. Applying it, you will directly reach that Cn will be equal to AC by 2 pi minus pi to pi exponential J beta sin x minus nx into dx. Now I am finding out this term. Whatever is this term is known as a Bessel function. There is something known as Bessel function which is identical to this expression. So this is a Bessel function Jn beta, and Jn beta is 1 by 2 pi minus pi to pi exponential so and so. This is the nth order Bessel function. So S tilde t, with respect to Bessel function, I am writing this expression S tilde t So this is the Bessel function. S tilde t will have an expression like this, and substituting this expression 3 in 1. This is the first equation. What is the real part of a signal is the complex shifted version of complex exponential. And I am getting this one. S of t will be AC, real part of sigma n equal to minus infinity to infinity, j n beta exponential j 2 pi fc plus n fm t d. So S of f, finding out the spectrum of that is AC by 2. This directly transforming it in the frequency domain. And this you are getting the spectrum of FM. So very simple. This is the derivation of the spectrum. So here the point which you need to get. See here. So through some complex processes, we arrived at this expression. So time sake you accept this expression and just see what you can identify from this expression S of f. So I am speaking about the spectrum of my frequency modulated signal. S of t is my FM. S of t is my FM signal, and S of f will be AC by 2 integral summation minus infinity to infinity j n beta delta f minus fc minus nfm plus delta f plus fc plus nfm. So this is the S of f. Now what to do? What are your inputs about this expression? Just see. What do you say about the frequency components? This n is varying from say minus infinity to infinity. N is varying from minus infinity to infinity, and you have this spectrum. So J and beta can be considered as the weight. Delta F minus Fc minus NFM and delta F plus Fc plus NFM. So what is it? What do you speak about the spectrum of FM? What can you say about the spectrum of FM? What can you say about the spectrum? Fc minus NF and Fc plus NF. N is varying from say minus infinity to infinity.
Ma'am. So we can break the summation into two pieces for ease of visualizing. You go from minus infinity to 0, you consider alag se, and 0 to n, you 0 to infinity, you consider at one side. So
okay.
When you're going from 0 to infinity, you have, if you take S of f as the frequency representation of m of t, then you have these things overlapping at every multiple of f of m. It's like peaks, sort of triangle separated
so
by
impulses.
f.
Basically, delta means impulses, right? Delta
Yes,
you
yes.
have at different points, f minus fc minus m, n integer multiples of fm. Integer multiples. Let me show that.
Yes, ma'am. It is integer multiples.
Integer multiples of fm. You have the spectrum component. So what it conveys about the spectrum? It has an infinite spectrum. It is not a band limited signal. The frequency modulated signal will not be a band limited signal. Minus infinity to infinity, that many multiples of FM, you will have spectrum. Isn't it? That is what you need to analyze from this. Hello. So this is the Bessel function. Are you with me? this is the Bessel function Jn beta. The y-axis is Jn beta. So the point I wanted to convey is you have an infinite spectrum. The spectrum of an FM wave will be infinite. It will not be finite. For an AM, the spectrum is band limited, right? For a message signal of width W, for an AM, say AM, this is my message signal. It's having a bandwidth say W. That means it ends from minus W to W. My AM amplitude modulated signal will be like this. So my bandwidth will be 2W. This is AM. Similarly, DSBSC, you don't have the carrier, but the bandwidth is the same 2W. See, for a message signal with a bandwidth 2W or bandwidth W, you have the output, you have a higher bandwidth, but still it is band limited. There is no infinite spectrum like that. But whereas for an FM, even if it is a single frequency FM, your FM spectrum will be around the carrier frequency like this, going ahead like this. So this will be an infinite spectrum. So that is how an FM signal will be looking like. So now properties of FM, narrowband FM. If the beta is small, that is less than 1 radian or around this 1 radian, beta is very small, the FM wave assumes a narrow band form consisting essentially a carrier and an upper side frequency and a lower side frequency. That means this expression will be like F minus Fc minus FM and F plus Fc plus FM. So like that, see, that is how J0 beta will be. If beta is small, J0 beta will be approximately 1. J1 beta will be beta by 2 and Jn beta tends to 0. So putting it in this expression, J0 beta into delta F minus Fc minus N is 0. So here F minus Fc and delta F plus Fc. Okay. Then N is equal to 1. J1 beta delta F minus Fc minus Fm and delta F plus Fc plus Fm. So you have one more frequency component, Fc plus Fm and Fc minus Fm. So see, anything similar, and you are assuming after that J1 beta, after that everything is 0 for a narrow band FM if beta is small. So this will be the expression for S of t. AC cos 2 pi Fct plus beta AC cos 2 pi Fc plus Fmt and Fc minus Fmt. So that is the narrowband FM, and the narrowband FM takes the form of an amplitude modulation, AM. So narrowband FM signal is almost similar to that of an AM signal. That means if beta is small. Then next, wideband FM. That means for large values of the modulation index beta, FM wave will have infinite number of side frequency components and it will be located around the carrier. So wideband FM means beta is very large. Narrowband FM means beta is very small, and the narrowband FM almost looks like that of an AM signal. Wideband FM, beta will be very large, comparatively large, and FM contains carrier and an infinite number of side frequency components. And here one more thing you can observe is that there is a constant average power. Envelope of FM is constant, so that the average power of such a wave is constant. So, and that expression for the power is half AC square. So these are two different mentioned as properties of FM. And bandwidth for FM. Bandwidth for f of m is b is equal to 2 delta f plus 2 f of m. Or this, but actually bandwidth, an infinite FM wave is having an infinite bandwidth. We are approximating the bandwidth to some expression. Okay, FM has infinite bandwidth. Infinite bandwidth. And the bandwidth approximation is 2 delta f into 1 plus 1 by beta. And that approximation is done by Carson's rule. So this is approximate bandwidth. So this is the that is about FM. Now you have actually 2 points left. Is the generation of FM and detection. So anything, confusion, any doubts about today's class? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So anywhere anything needs more explanation from the previous chapters or
Ma'am, not about explanation, but I think in the PPT that you have uploaded on Teams, some of the slides are missing. Like they're blank completely. The for the last class.
just see the slide now from the Teams from whatever is uploaded in the Teams. Just see the class materials. One document I had uploaded before the class, and after the class I uploaded another document. Just see now. So whatever I had explained, that part is also there in the second one.
Yes, ma'am, it's been uploaded. No, all the slides are there.
Yeah. I mean, I left some slides in between so that I can explain. So next, then
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, can we have more number of questions, please? Like solved questions.
Solved. Okay. Okay.
Ma'am, what type
Solve
of
one.
numericals are there in AM?
AM, the
Are
concepts
there?
actually, nothing more. Based on the concept, whatever I have taught only, not like too much mathematical. Let me see what problems from FM. Okay, chalo. So write this question. A sinusoidal modulating wave m of t, say m of t equal to am cos 2 pi fmt is applied to a phase modulator. To a phase modulator, and the phase sensitivity Kp is given. Okay, this is the phase sensitivity. Unmodulated carrier has frequency Fc and amplitude AC. AC is the amplitude. So you have a carrier 2 pi AC 2 pi FCT. Determine the spectrum of the resulting phase modulated wave. Determine the spectrum spectrum of resulting phase modulated wave. The maximum phase deviation theta p equal to kpam does not exceed 0.3 radian. So what the question is, your SPM, the phase modulated phase will be AC cos 2 pi FCT plus Kp into m of t. That is how a phase modulated signal will be. So now phase sensitivity is given, m of t is given. Now find out the spectrum. How to go ahead, find out the spectrum. So how will the signal look like? S of t equal to AC cos 2 pi FCT plus Kp into m of t. Which is equal to AC cos 2 pi FCT plus BP cos cos 2 pi FMT. So expanding it, AC cos 2 pi FCT into cos beta p cos 2 pi FMT minus AC sin 2 pi FMT into sin beta p cos 2 pi FMT. So here given as Bp is less than 0.3 radian. So if Bp is less than 0.3 radian, cos of Vp cos 2 pi fmt, this part will approximately become 1, and sine of sine theta will tend to theta. So sine of beta p cos 2 pi fmt will be equal to or approximated as beta p cos 2 pi fmt. So now applying that, approximating that cos and sine terms, you will have S of t as AC cos 2 pi fct minus AC into beta p cos 2 pi fmt into sin 2 pi fmt, sin 2 pi fct. Again, this cos a sine, that will be converted as AC cos 2 pi fct minus AC into beta p by 2 sin 2 pi t into fc plus fm minus AC beta by 2 into sin 2 pi fc minus fm. So in that case, the spectrum S of f will be AC by 2 delta f minus fc plus delta f plus fc. This is for the first part carrier. Then minus AC beta p by 4j delta f minus fc plus fm and minus delta f plus fc plus fm minus AC beta p by 4j delta f minus fc minus fm minus delta f plus fc minus fm. So this is the spectrum. And so finally, the spectrum will look like, here you have 0, here you have a peak at fc, impulse at fc, here fc plus fm, and here you have fc minus fm, here you have AC by 2, here you have AC into beta p by 4, here also AC into beta p by 4. So the single negative. This will be the spectrum of that signal. Okay. So 415 now. The only analog communication part, the only thing which is pending is the analog communication part, the only thing which is pending is FM generation. That hardly takes 1 more hour maximum. So next class, midway, we will stop with AC. If possible, we will try to solve some 2 or 3 problems more. And next week onwards, you will be starting with the digital communication part. Okay.
Excuse me. Ma'am, can I ask a doubt?
Yeah, tell me.
So, ma'am, in the MCQ questions, the quiz which happened, there was a question like xt is equals to some DC signal 1 plus cos of one frequency plus cos of some other frequency. And we were asked to find the RG of 0, that is the autocorrelation of the signal at 0 frequency. So ma'am, to solve this, what we can do is we do the Fourier transform of the signal and square amplitude it and find the area under the curve.
Let me just take the question. Yeah, tell me which question it was.
Ma'am, it's xt is equal to 1 plus cos 2 pi fnt plus phi 1 plus cos 2 pi 2t plus phi 2. And we were asked to find the autocorrelation at 0.
Yes.
Ma'am, autocorrelation at 0 is the energy of the signal.
Yes.
So ma'am, to find the energy of the signal, what I can do, and autocorrelation is also the Fourier transform of the signal and area under the square amplitude of that Fourier transform.
Autocorrelation of this.
Autocorrelation is the integral of energy spectral density from minus infinity to infinity.
See, how to approach that problem is each term cos 2 pi f1 t plus theta 1 can be transform it. So it will be 1 by 2 into e to the power j theta 1 delta f minus f1 and another side delta f plus f2 f1. So similarly is the next part cos 2 pi f2 plus t plus theta 2 also. So you have the transform of that. So SGF, yeah, spectral density SGF mod g of f square will be delta f plus 1 by 4. So you have then get the inverse transform of it RG tau. RG tau you will get as 1 plus 1 by 2 cos 2 pi f1 tau plus 1 by 2 cos 2 pi f2 tau.
Okay, ma'am.
So RG of 0, substituting 0 there, that will be 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2.
Okay.
So it was 2. So answer was 2.
Answer was 2. Then this is the same thing we can interpret as it is the energy of the signal. What the question is asking. RG of 0 is the autocorrelation with itself at tau is equal to 0. So xt into xt is xt square.
Yes.
So it's the energy of the signal. And since it's a power signal, so we will consider energy in a one time period.
Say again.
And since it is a power signal, cos 2 pi ft is extending from minus infinity to infinity in time domain. So it's a power signal.
Yes, it should be a power signal. Yeah.
So we will consider the energy of this signal in one time period.
Yeah, if you want to find the energy, yeah.
But ma'am, here the relation between
no, but RG of 0, if it is a power signal, the RG of 0 will be power, not energy.
Okay.
See, if it is an energy signal, RG of autocorrelation at 0 will be the energy, and if it is power signal, RG of 0 will be the power. What is the time? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. So now be ready for the assignment. You have to write, can, and while writing, make sure that on the top you are writing the roll numbers and your registration numbers and your names, and go to your own section. You are from C section, go to your C section, analog and digital communication C section group or A section. and there you submit the assignment. Don't submit somewhere else. Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So go to your own section, write the assignment neatly, and then submit it in your own section. Okay. Then let us leave for time's sake. 4:30, the assignment will be uploaded.